Hey guys, what's up? Mike here. Shoulder shirt. Um, Today is Thursday night, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday. So yesterday was Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. I picked. Actually, it was a relatively light pickup for me. Not much came out in terms of what I usually get. Guess it's because of the delay on Justice League. Which is a week. It's gonna be a week late. Comes out next week. Usually comes out the same day as Flash. If I remember, that's when I picked up last month. But today I'm actually gonna be doing a crap ton of reviews. I'm actually gonna be catching up and doing some stuff that I've been putting off forever because I just not been trying to formulate a way to describe. Um, just talk about it. So I'm gonna be doing first. I'm gonna be doing my review of Detective Comics 4, 5, and 6. So here's 4. Here's 5, and here is 6. So these came out actually 3 months ago, or one after another, and I've been putting them off, like trying to figure out how to just basically what should I say? So I'm just gonna go dive right in, and I'm gonna do Detective, and then I'm gonna do Batman, Robin, then I'm gonna do Batman, and then I'm gonna do my Marvel reviews for the week tonight, and just upload them one after another, I guess. But starting off with Detective Comics number 4, by Tony Daniel and Sandu Florea. So the creative team has changed a little bit from Detective Comics when it first started off. Um, so it starts off with Batman. He he's It starts off with Batman interrogating this gentleman. And it's actually it takes place 72 minutes from where Detective Comics 3 left off, where Batman was ambushed by all the Jokers. He's interrogating this guy, trying to find out where Gordon is, and so he's interrogating this guy, and he finds out what's happening. It's basically this dude Dollmaker or whatever. He's auctioning body parts off. We then go see it. Gotham City Police headquarters, and if you remember, the little girl, she slit this dude's throat, one of the cops, the dirty cop, and Harvey Bullock, and he finds a note on the bat signal, Mercy Hospital. I guess Batman left it there or something. So and then we move on to what's actually happening with tables moving. Batman, he's sort of tied up. His arms and legs are connected by ropes. These guys are pulling on it, and he's fighting these dudes. And they're being used as puppets, but Batman he knows how to control his body properly, so he's fighting these guys off. And then we see this little girl, the little girl who was kidnapped by Dollmaker, and we see Commissioner Gordon. You see that he has his kidney removed, and this little girl is there, and he's trying to save her or talk to her about saving, getting out of there. So Dollmaker and his nurse, they're watching Batman fight, and they string Batman up, and they meet their contact who wants Batman, and Batman finds out the tech used to hold them in place is his tech. They're magnetically controlled wires and stuff. It's all very convoluted. Typical Wayne tech stuff getting stolen, maybe inside job. So like always, Batman has a plan to disable his crap. He disables his tech and starts whooping up on these dudes. Um, he beats up everyone, and the doll makers are sort of fleeing. They have Gordon's kidneys, and you see Gordon about to get killed. He get killed by this random dollmaker henchman, and the little girl stabs the dude in the back and saves him. And Gordon decides to save the girl, and he manages to talk to her, and she sort of starts breaking down and crying. And then we see Batman chase after these guys. He pulls a typical Batman, lands on the car, it blows up. Like what the hell? And it sort of ends with Batman finding a fake body, decoys, not the real Dollmaker. With these alright, so that sort of ends the Dollmaker arc, and finally, Batman, he's on a date with Charlotte, this reporter in like Colorado. Sort of talking about what's trying. He's trying to be normal when he obviously isn't. And then we move to what you call it, this thing, Gotham headquarters, Gotham City Police headquarters, and they still don't know. Ooh, screensaver. Um, they don't really know what to do with the little girl. They're gonna sit her to therapy and stuff, and they're trying to figure out, um, the one thing they don't know about is the Joker. They still have his face, and they really don't know what. They just have it on ice, and that's about it. Um, so that ends this first arc of Detective Comics. Um, and the impression is from this in the end of this issue is that the Joker's dead. Probably not true, but because his face is missing. But we don't know. Maybe they're gonna redesign the Joker. But um, I was not thrilled with the way this ended. I wasn't thrilled throughout the entire arc to begin with. Um, Especially because this character, the Dollmaker, and his crew just seemed like very convoluted, and they just seem like Professor Pig. They're just rehashing ideas. It's not really creative. It's really boring to be honest. It wasn't great. It was okay. Um, like compared to like, cause you're gonna like if you read Detective Comics and you read Batman and you read Batman Robin, you're gonna compare these Batman Robin to Batman, which has been amazingly good. Um, with the artwork from Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder's stories, and Batman Robin and Batman Detective Comics don't really hold up to that, which is disappointing because Tony Daniel, he's not a terrible writer. He's a pretty good writer. No, he has hit or miss like arcs, but he does a good job. Him and Peter J. Tomasi, who's on Batman Robin, they have great stories. I'm just disappointed that this didn't really meet my expectations. So I'm gonna be giving Tech number 4 3 out of 5. Not much to say about it. Story was lackluster. The art was okay. My main problem is that Tony Daniel's art is too similar to Jim Lee's art in terms of Batman. They look very similar. I don't really like that. I like when it's continued and you know it's based on Jim Lee's like design, but give it your own spin and twist. That's my problem. But I have to say that I'm actually more excited for issues 5 and 6. Um, just because it's a new arc and it's actually someone I've been looking forward to. The Penguin, he hasn't had a real impact or arc in a while, not that I remember. So they finally bring the Penguin back. So the issue starts off with a whole bunch of people. Batman. They think that he's heading to a riot, and everyone thinks that he's internally monologuing, which actually like about Tony Daniels Batman. There's a lot of internal monologue. He doesn't really speak a lot to anyone else because he's supposed to be that strong silent type. So he comes to Gotham Park, and you see a crowd, and they're all Joker fans. They're all wearing Joker masks. They're all Joker, and they think that Batman was the one who could cut off his face, who went too far. So Batman finds out that someone he's looking for is there, and I guess this is a sort of like a joke against Occupy Wall Street because it's Joker, and the mayor can't really like he's issuing things, but they're not breaking the law because they're just standing there. So you see Batman actually leave there, and he heads to this deal that's going down. Um, and these dudes, these I guess I don't know how to say it. guess he's Russians. That's how he describes it. They get ambushed by this Joker ninja. He's throwing stars and has a sai. And this Joker sort of acids Batman in the face. So, and this dude knows martial arts. He's not a random Joker. He knows martial arts, and he manages to escape. He runs into a crowd. Batman chases after him, and all these dudes, all the random Jokers, start just attacking him. And Batman's not the type to let his villain get away, no matter who gets in his way, I guess. So he starts beating the crap out of these Jokers, and he leaves. And then they all chase him. They all try to beat him up, and this guy escapes. But he finds out that this guy actually worked for someone special, and he finds a chip in the dude's coat from the Iceberg Lounge and Casino. Um, so this is Penguin's. Penguin has his hand in this. We then see this weird dude Mosaic. I don't really remember him from the Batman mythos. He has a he's about to make a deal, but sort of gets held up and has to it gets held up and has to give up his VIP card to the Iceberg Lounge. And then we see so this random mystery figure drives off, and then we see the Iceberg Casino, and it's actually really interesting. I like the way Tony Daniel and his take on it. It's no longer just a random building in Gotham, like in the anime series where it was just a building in Gotham. It was very penguiny and icy. No, this one it's like an island floating in the harbor. It's like a giant iceberg, which is really cool. There's lights coming out. This is like, if you saw this in real life, you'd be like, this is the most awesome place on earth. You then see Charlotte, who is Bruce's squeeze right now. She's heading to the Iceberg Lounge, and she, I guess, is trying to sneak in, and she goes undercover as a maid. But we then see that you know, the Penguin and his birds of prey, I guess, or his women. Um, he's gonna take care of her because she's sticking her nose into somewhere that doesn't belong. Alright, so that's where the issue actually ends, the main issue, and then we get a backup story of we get a backup story which was very interesting. It's about this kid. He's gambling, and he sort of works his way up to the big table, and manages to wins and keeps winning, and he wants to leave, but they won't let him. And then you find out that Catwoman actually went through the building, and Catwoman stole something from these guys, and she whoops up on them. And apparently Catwoman and this kid were working together, and this kid escapes, and you find out who his dad is, and it's Hugo Strange. So we get the first introduction, if I'm correct, of Hugo Strange in the new DC52. Um, so I'm going to talk about each one separately. So actually, Detective Comics for this issue is actually really short. Start off the arc, it was okay, not too bad. Um, I don't like the fact that they keep dwelling on this whole Joker thing, but I guess there's gonna be a big motif. It's about find out what happened to Joker, if he's still alive, if he's dead. What happened to him after he got his face cut off. But I am liking this villains, like, even though it's still pretty mainstream in terms of Batman villains, that they're bringing back a lot of villains. The Penguin, I like the Penguin. He's not a terrible villain. I want to see if they do something new with him. I don't want to see him just have his silly umbrella issue and nothing happen. Um, so with I like the way they're taking the Iceberg Lounge in this whole thing. I like the environment they're building of Gotham. In terms of story, a little weak in terms of there's not much Batman, not much detective stuff. It's mostly him just fighting a little bit, and I don't really like some of the characters Tony Daniels has invented. I don't like Charlotte. Charlotte Rivers, I think is her name. I feel she's pretty useless. In terms of art, art's not bad. It's the same mainstream. Nothing, typical superhero drawings. People are attractive, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna be giving this issue a 3 out of 5 as well. It's a okay way to start off an arc. But I am looking forward to the way it's moving. So Detective Comics 6 is where things get sort of interesting. So it starts off you know, on the apartment on the shoreline of Gotham. So, um, so this villain and this chick, we see the people who stole the VIP card from Mr. Mosaic last issue, and it's this one-eyed woman and this guy, and we find out this guy is actually what's his name? Snakeskin. He had like this chemical spilled on his body or something, and he had the ability to remove his face and change what he looks like. So he's sort of like chameleon, in a sense from Marvel. Alright, so we then see Batman. He finds the guy, the runner from for Penguin that he interrogated back in issue 4, and he's dead. He's in a bathtub. Um, and we find out that this guy had a conversation with I believe Charlotte Rivers. No, no, not Charlotte Rivers. A woman with an eye patch. So this is all tying together. All these characters and this random circumstances are being tied together pretty well by Tony Daniel. So this girl is. So we see Charlotte. She's in the Iceberg Casino, sort of rummaging, trying to dig up dirt. And then we see this woman, karate chopper Jill. I find out that is Jill and Charlotte are sister. Jill Rivers and Charlotte Rivers, the one with the eye patch. So the one with the eye patch is a villain, and she looks like she starts to get angry. They have a conversation. And this girl's about to shank her sister. Jill breaks the bottle. Is gonna shank her sister. And then we move on to what I want to see the Penguin and more character development of him and how they're developing him as a character in the New 52. He's in a meeting with a whole bunch of villains. I think one of them is like the Gentleman Ghost, um, Gas Man. These are like B ranked like villains right now. Hypnotic. I feel like these are like these are Silver Age Batman villains. So Batman's here. So Penguin's here drinking and having this meeting with these villains. I guess his crew about how he's holding all their money in his vault, and that that he'll continue holding their money as long as they pay him, so on and so forth. And then we see Batman running around Gotham, typical, beating the crap out of people, trying to find out um, who he's looking for. And he finds out he's looking for this arms dealer Pog, and he finds this guy chopped into pieces in a box of ice. And he realizes this it's all leading him to Penguin, so he decides that he's gonna head there. So Bruce sneaks in to he's going to the Iceberg Cafe, but you realize that the Charlotte and Jill, they're twins, so they actually switch places. I believe that's my impression that they switch places. So Batman's like Alfred drives him, and Batman sneaks onto the Iceberg Cafe, the casino as Batman. And then this girl gets shanked by a snakeskin. Charlotte gets shanked, and Batman whoops up on him. And you see like this trap activate, and like snow start falling, and Batman realizes that he's killed both of them by rushing into this by overreacting and giving into his emotions. Detective Comics number 6. In all honesty, was interesting the way Tony Daniel tried to do this. He tried to I like the way he's tied up everything very nicely. But at the same time, he introduces so many characters. There's a lot of dialogue, and it doesn't really help move the story along. It's just he just throws a lot of stuff at you, and it doesn't help at all. Um, Artwork, um, as I said, Tony Dan artwork is good. It's solid. Not much to be thrilled about. Not much happens. It's a lot of talking, and there's not very good displays of motion. Like everything seems very still and like static. There's not much fluidity from panel to panel. Um, Other than that, I really want. I am really looking forward to this arc. I've been looking forward to. I want Detective Comics to work out well, but um, it's okay. It hasn't been great. Like the first couple issues of Detective were good. It sort of ended with the bleh, and it seems like this arc is gonna be eh. Um, but I never know. Maybe there'll be an awesome Batman versus a whole bunch of supervillains throwdown. I'd love to see that. As of now, this Detective 6 is gonna get a 3. It's just a lot of dialogue. Not really much happens. Doesn't move the story along. I like. I want to see the detective-y part of Batman. Batman. Like I think that's what Detective Comics should be about. It should be Batman solving crimes, solving mysteries. You know, sometimes just throwing action at you isn't great, and dialogue isn't like the way to go. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna be doing Batman, Robin, the Batman, then my Marvel stuff. But let me know what you think about it, about these books if you read them, and stuff. Not much else to say. Um, Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend.